I think we are live. So let me see. Let me check another device. So are we live? So let's have a look. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. All right. So I think we are gone live. So let's start today's session. So in today's session, we are going to create a really amazing clone of a very popular website, that is Zomato. So I think all of you have ever used Zomato or kind of have know about like what exactly Zomato is. So that's a delivery, or you can say a food application where you can actually um, find great food and you can get it at your home. So we are going to build the whole clone of the Zomato application using HTML and CSS. So this session is going to be about of 3 hours, and by end of this session, we have so amazing thing to do. Okay, so now let's move on to another slide. So first of all, let's understand what. So who am I? So I am Omraj Sharma. So I'm a software engineer at Mazecare. So Mazecare is a health tech startup based in Singapore. So we actually build products in patient portals, um, hospital management, clinic management, and for patients, we have whole lot of application. We have great products in that particular domain. I'm also an instructor at AccioJob, so I'm taking the front end engineering course there. And in the past, I have worked with so many organizations, nationally, internationally, with NGOs, NPOs, to teach other folks. So I've taught more than thousands of people out there. So that's pretty much about me. And if you are actually looking to connect with me, so I have put my social handles below. So these are my social handles. So you can connect with me if you get any queries, any suggestions. I will love to connect with you guys. So that's pretty much about me. And let's move on to another slide. So what exactly we are going to cover in this course? So for this course, we are going to start with the basics of HTML and CSS, and we are going to build the clone, Zomato clone, along with learning HTML and CSS. If you are very new to HTML and CSS, and this is going to be really amazing, and if you have a basic understanding, if you know a little bit about HTML and CSS, then definitely this project will help you a lot in understanding and implementing all of those concepts. After completing and creating the project, you are going to put that particular project online so that other could also see your project. So we'll be seeing that as well. Okay, so your project is going to live. So this is about the course what we are actually going to cover. So let's talk about like what exactly tools we are going to use in this particular course. So you should be working on a laptop or computer. It is very good to work on these machines. You should have a browser in your machine installed, that is Chrome, Edge, Firefox. That is basic. I think that you should be having already. Then we kind of use code editing software, that is VS Code. So it's a very popular code editor. So it will help us write code in HTML and CSS, right? So these are some of the tools that is going to be required, and I will be having your queries in the chat below. So if you get any of the queries, then do ping or put that in the chat below. I will definitely hope I could answer all of those queries. But yeah, that's pretty much about the tool section, right? So now let's understand like what exactly these HTML and CSS are, right? So let's start from the very basic, like what exactly these HTML and CSS, and most of you have the basic knowledge about it. So let's understand what exactly HTML is, right? So take an example of a human. Take it like a human is like a website. Okay. So as a human, we have a structuring thing in our body that is known as bones that gives the structure to our body. Similarly, if you want to structure your websites, you should be having the knowledge of HTML, and HTML gives the structuring, right? So HTML is going to give the structuring of the website. Okay, the structuring includes like where the header is going to be, where is the navigation bar will go, where is the footer will go, where the block section will come, where you are actually adding articles, stuff like that. So HTML helps you give you the structuring, right? So this is about the HTML part, right? But HTML do not contains any styling out there. So for example, human would not look very good with just bones only. So human required you can say skin tone, you can say eyes, beard, or maybe hairs in the body, to make it looks good. So similarly, in HTML and CSS, we have a technology called CSS that helps us giving these color thing that will help you make your website looks good. And JavaScript act the functionality part. Like in our body, we have muscles, nerve system, and the whole blood circulatory system. So JavaScript is kind of that. It makes the website more functional. But in this particular clone, we are not going to cover JavaScript because due to time constraint. And if you want that particular session, then please do let us know in the chat below. We would love to create another section for you. Okay, that's pretty much about the basics, like what exactly HTML is going to do. So it is going to structure, it is going to give the structure to the website, right? And what exactly CSS is going to do? So CSS is actually help you give color, beauty, and so many styling things, right? So that's pretty much about the front end HTML and CSS. JavaScript we will cover. Do let us know in the chat below, like JavaScript is required, then we will plan that the whole JavaScript course as well, right? So that's pretty much about it. Now let's start coding, like why we are here. So we are here to code. So now let's start coding without wasting any time, right? So that's pretty much about it. Like this is about just the introduction part. And okay, so let me close my WhatsApp. And okay, so now let's share like what exactly we are going to cover. So first of all, you should be having this VS Code installed in your machine. Okay, so this is really important. So how you can install it? It is very easy. Just go to Google and write over here like VS Code. Okay, so just go there, and the first link will come. Just click over here. So if you are working on any platform like Windows, Mac, or Linux, you can directly install it. So installing part is very easy. You can just press next button and it will automatically install. And you just have to open this VS Code. It will look like this only. So for example, I want to create a project for you guys. So like I will be making a project for you. So here I'm naming this project called Zomato. Um, you can name it any. Okay, so drop this project into this particular folder, and yeah, here you go. Now let me share like what exactly this interface looks like. So this is very simple. So this blank area is your coding area. We'll be seeing the how we are going to write code over here. Here we have basic option like file, edit, selection, whole lot of stuff out there, right? So this is pretty much about it. And on the left side, there are very basic stuff like search, extensions. So yeah, so not very complicated. We are not going very deep dive into it, right? All right. So one more thing that you should be adding to make your development more faster. So I would suggest to have a extension called live server. Okay, so it's a very popular extension. So you can install it. You can get the install button if you are very new. So it will help you a lot. So it is from Ritvik Day. So the person who developed this particular extension. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. So let me increase the size of the screen. Okay, so now let's start with like from the HTML part, like what exactly and how to create a HTML file. So go there and you can find an option over here, like for new, add new file, new folder and stuff like that. So I want to add a new file in my project, right? So it is the index.html. Okay, so index.html, and this is HTML file. And what exactly HTML looks like? Let me share that with you. So HTML starts with HTML, and yeah. So here we are going to understand like HTML exists like a body, like in a body. In this particular body, you have skin. Inside skin, you have organs. Inside organ, you have multiple other components in your body. So this is how similarly HTML works. Okay. So this is the whole structure. This is the whole, you can say, the whole thing that you have in your body, right? Inside that particular HTML, you have a head section, and head section have this opening and closing section. Okay, and you also have the body part. Okay, so this is how actually your website is going to look like. So this is the whole website, and inside this website you have the head section different and the body section different, right? So head section is not going to display very much, and the body section is the place where you are going to write everything that is going to be visual, right? That's pretty much the basic stuff. Okay, and this is known as the opening bracket, or you can say opening tag. This is the closing tag. So that's pretty much about the basic of HTML. And now let's see like how exactly my website is looking in my browser, right? So I have this option. Just right click after adding the live server. Write this open with live server, right? So it will open your website over here. So now you can see like your website is very blank, very clean, because you haven't added anything. So we have to understand like how we can add stuff over here. Let me go back to my code, and here we have so many different components, like for in your body you have hands, right? In your body you have legs, in your body you have the whole system, like a rib cage and stuff like that. So similarly in HTML you have different type of tags. So some of the popular tags like h1 tag, so that's a heading tag. Here you can add something like maybe Zomato. Okay, and you can save. So it will add a heading to your website. So you can see over here, so heading is added. You have other tags as well. You have other tags like p tag. So in the p tag you can have lorem. So you can see, so you can add paragraphs, you can add headings, you can add list, you can add so many different things, right, in this basic stuff. So how to add tags? I think this is pretty much clear to you. Like you just have to write one thing and just enter. So this will add your whole tag, right? So this is how we are actually going to add components in HTML. And I'm not going to cover all the components because due to the time constraint. And most of the things are going to be covered when we are going to move ahead in this particular clone. Okay. Now let's see. Now let's see like how the CSS works, right? So similarly, how I added index.html, you just have to go. You just have to go over here and write over here like style.css, right? You just have to go over here and write style.css, and this is how you create a CSS file. So for HTML file, you will be having an extension called .html, and for CSS file, you have a extension called .css, right? So here we add you can say here we add actually styles, like colors, like background, like border, styling, shadow, whole lot of stuff out there, right? So we will be seeing so many different properties that how we can style a particular thing. And let me show you like how exactly our Zomato clone is going to look. I think that is very important, like what we are going to build with this duration of time. Okay, so this is the Zomato app that we are going to build. It is more of like very much similar to the Zomato that we see online, but it is our own created Zomato. And so this is here you have your header section. Okay, after this header section, you kind of have your these kind of cards. So we'll be seeing like what exactly and how you can add these kind of cards, right? So here we have the popular sections like popular city localities in Delhi NCR. I put all the places like Connaught Place, but you can change that as well. I will be seeing like how. Okay. Then you can have a section called where you can get the download of the app, and here you can see like how this particular section is being curated, and that's pretty much about it. And the last photo, like here you can add your name. Like this is your application. Okay. So this is what we are going to build by end of this session, and I think you are excited for this particular thing to go live. So it is on internet, and you can see like we are going to build this. So if you're excited, then please say yes, excited, and we will be moving ahead. Okay. So yeah. So that's pretty much about it. Okay. So this is CSS, this is HTML, this is HTML. And now let me give the first thing. The first thing that I want to give in the head is like title. Okay, so title exactly helps you. So title exactly helps you to add the thing over here. Like currently you can see over here, like there is a random number written over here, but you want something to look like this, right? So this can be done with the help of title. So you can add right Zomato over here, and it will come to the website. Okay, this is how you can add the title. And now I want to give it you can say favicon. So favicon is basically the logo, like this logo. Like every website have a logo on top of it. Like these are known as favicons, right? So we are going to add that as well. So in the description of the website, in the description of this particular video, you can see like we have a link for this particular repository. So this is the GitHub repository. I made it for you guys. So here you can see the whole code that we are going to build today. And in this particular section, you can see the link.txt file, right? So here's the link.txt file. So all the photos and all the images, all the links that is required for you to make this application go live are already added over here. So you can go and check out these links, and I will be referring this particular section to make this application, right? To add the favicon, I have added over here a link. You can see. Let me increase the size of the. I have added a link for the favicon. So just copy this link and go to the VS Code, and over here in the href attribute, give this value. Okay. With this, you are being able to get. With this, you are able to get this particular icon, right? The Zomato icon is live over here. Okay. So all of these links are already provided in this particular link that is below in the, maybe it was written with code source. So you can go out there and check out this file, that is link.txt, right? So here you can get all the links. So you are not going to worry about like what are the links, and these are the official links from Zomato website. So you can check out from there as well. Okay. So this is pretty much about it. Okay. Let me go back and let me link my CSS with my HTML, right? I want to link my CSS file with my HTML because that is very important, because HTML is just giving the structuring, but I want my style to be added, right? So I want my style to be added. So to do that, I want to link my CSS file with my HTML. That is very simple. You just have to write a link tag, and here this particular template will come around. Okay. And in the href, you just have to write style.css. So you can get the recommend over here. I mean, that will help you. Like you have added your style, right? So your style is added. So by this, the basic structuring part is being done. The basic thing is being done, like how we can add title. So title will give the name at the top of the tab. The favicon will give the logo on the particular tab icon over there, and this link tag will actually link your CSS file with your HTML, because by combination of all the HTML and CSS will create a really good looking website that we have seen just a while ago, right? So I think this is pretty much clear, and I would highly recommend you, like if you are not doing it with me, I would highly recommend you to do it along with me. It will help you see coding parallelly, and it is highly recommended, right? So this is pretty much about it, and this is how we have added the basic stuff. So let me show you like what are the things that we are going to add. Okay. So on top, I'm going to add the header. So let's understand like what exactly about comments, right? So in HTML, you have the concept of comment. So what exactly comment is? So when you're actually building so big applications like Zomato, Amazon, so their code base is really, really big, right? Really big. And for example, 1,000 line code, maybe 10,000 line of code. So to identify like where uh, what kind of code is present, so you add comments, right? So it is very simple to add comments, and it is not going to show on the screen. It is just for developers, right? So to add comment, you just have to press control and slash. Okay, so this is the basic template. Like in between, you can write comment, and here I'm adding header, so I'm adding the comment to be header. Okay, so on top I want a header. So my git copilot is giving me this particular thing, but let it be. Like I want to write it from the scratch. Okay, so in the header, I created this header section. Okay, and inside the header, I can have a division. Okay, so guys, I would love to know like how many of you are very much aware about HTML and CSS before. If you are very new, write new, and if you know, then say I know. So that it will help me like explaining like the concepts, right? So if HTML and CSS are very new, just write new, and if you know, just say I know. Okay, so many people know new no, no. Okay, okay, so we have both kind of people. I think okay, that's pretty cool, that's pretty cool. This will help you like if you're very new, then you can get the understanding like how exactly we are doing, and if you already know like then you can know like what we are doing over here, right? So it is going to be very beneficial for all. So that's interesting. We are getting a lot of comments, and that's really great, that's really great actually. Okay, and this project you can add in your resume as well, that can demonstrate like your knowledge in HTML CSS, and this will help you a lot in putting that in resume, right? So yeah, so thank you for letting me know. It is really helpful for me to explain, right? So moving ahead, like I have explained you, like inside tag you can have multiple tags, right? Inside tag you can have multiple tags, like for example in this body, inside a particular component you have multiple other components. For example, this particular body have my this particular abdominal region, right? Inside the abdominal I have organs. Inside organs I have a different organ, like stomach. Inside stomach I have different thing. So this nesting is also possible in HTML, right? So what exactly this means is, so inside a particular tag you can have other tag as well. Okay, you can have multiple tags as well. Okay, so this header section have a tag, or you can say a division tag over here, and inside this division tag I would like to give a class. Okay, so if you're very new to the classes, so what exactly classes? So you can group some of the elements together. Okay, so basically what it means, this will help you in giving CSS or styling to a particular class. So for example, in schools we have different classes, so first, second, third, and fourth. So this will help you identify this particular element is from which class. Okay, so I'm giving this particular class a class called nav. Okay, so nav defines like this is for navigation bar. Okay, and inside this navigation bar we are going to have a division tag, and inside this division tag we are going to have this p tag that will say get the app. Okay, so how exactly is this looking? Let me show you. It is very small over here. You can see like it is written get the app over here, like as we have this over here. So we'll be styling it very quickly by moving on coding more stuff, right? So we got this. Let me move to my code again, and let me give another division. Okay, so division is basically helps you containing stuff, right? For example, if you are actually having so many different elements, so you can contain all of these things inside a division. You can create division that actually divides it from different stuff, right? So the first division says like I want to get the app, and the second division say I want to have a list. Okay, or you can directly use over here the list, so unordered list. Okay, so if you want to create an unordered list, or what exactly you can say, if you want to create a list in a website, for example, you are creating a website for your, maybe for your mama, right? And you want to give her like what are the items that you want from the market. So you create a list, and by this ul tag you are going to create an unordered list. An unordered list, that means it is not having any sequence 1 2 3 abc. It is do not have any that. But we also have an ordered list ol, which contains like 1 2 3 in the sequence format. So currently I do not want any ol list. Unordered list will work for me. And inside this particular list I want items to be, the first item to be add restaurant. Okay. And I'm adding 3 items. One is for login, okay, and one is for sign up. Okay, sign up. So let's see like how what exactly our website is looking. Okay, we got this particular part, get the app, and we got this list. That's we are talking about. Like this is the list, right? And it do not have any order, like abc 1 2 3 do not have any order. That is why it is having a bullet points, and we'll be building it similar to this. And let's see how we are going to build that particular stuff, right? So let me go back to code, and this is the basic upper stuff, right? Let me give the class to this particular place, and I'm going to want to give the class to be nav bar, because that is the navigation bar. So outside this div I want to add another div, and inside this div I want to give the class to be called head. Okay, so this is about the upper one, like it includes the I get the app, and it includes the navigation bar. And in this particular section I am going to add all of the things that includes your this Zomato stuff, like this particular logo, this discover the best food items, and this particular section, right? We are going to add this in this particular division. So let me go back to my code, and in this particular head class I am going to add an image. So I'm going to add an image, and source I will be giving, and I want to give the class, you want to give the class to be logo, right? And src that contains the link of the place where you want the logo, right? So for this I have created this you can say git repo where you can find all of these links, right? So for this logo you can get the link over here, right? So copy the link and go back and paste it over here, right? So this will give you the logo. So let's go back and go over here. So you cannot see the logo because it is in white in color, but it is actually present over here, right? So it is present over here, this particular section. Okay, so logo is added. Now let's give a h3 heading. So as I discussed with you initially, like we have heading. Previously we have used heading 1. We have multiple headings. We have 6 type of headings. So one is h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. So we have these many range from h1 to h6. So I'm using over here h3 heading, right? And over here I'm writing discover the best food and drink in Delhi NCR. And you can change your name accordingly, right? Depending on your need. And inside that I want to create another division, and this division is exactly for that particular search menu. You can see over here this particular section I'm going to create in the search menu. Okay, so this division I have the class to be search search, and this division will contain the 1 division and 2 division, because we have 2 different kind of searches. Okay, I hope you are coding with me, and if not, try to like get the understanding like what exactly is doing over here, and try to link everything, like how exactly things are working, right? And by end of this you are going to get a really amazing project that you can show in your cv on your resume, and this will help you crack your interviews and outstanding in your interviews, right? This will help you a lot in that particular scenario, right? So this search menu have 2 different sections. One is for you can say I will be giving this a class, and this class to be search item. I'm going to give this a class and give it a search item. And also I'm giving this particular division a class to be search. And by end of this particular session, you are also going to get the certificate after completing the form and after building the project. So it will also help you in that particular scenario, like you get the certificate for this session as well. So it is really exciting to know, like you are getting the project, you are getting the knowledge of this HTML CSS, and also you are getting the certificate out of it. It will help you a lot, right? So this is about the section. And this particular search section is divided into two parts. This is one part, and this is another part, right? This is another part. So in this part, in the first part, I want to give a icon. Okay. I want to give this an icon, and I want to give the class. So here I'm using icons, like you can go over here, like these kind of icons. Okay, these kind of icons you can add using Font Awesome. I will be sharing the link with you, like from where you can get this icon. So let me add this icon. You can add it from I tag, and inside that I tag you can write that is FAS and FA map, um, marker, and marker alt. Okay, so use exactly same, and this will add an icon to your website. So if I go back to my code, like how exactly it is looking, so you can see like discover this drink is coming, logo is over here, but you're not getting icon, right? You're not getting the icon. So how to do that? So you just have to go back to the link page, like where you have to get the link, and here you can get the Font Awesome on top, right? So you just have to bring this particular line, just copy this, go back to your code, and after this where you have linked this, just paste this code. Okay, by saving this you will be getting your icon. Okay, so here I can see I can get my icon. As you can see over here, I will be getting my icon, right? So okay, all right, um cool. So this is how we can add icon. Okay, um so that's pretty much it, like how we can add icon. You just have to go over here, just copy the link and just paste it in the head section, right? So you can go over here, you can paste it over here. I think this is pretty much clear to you. And yeah, this is how we are going to get the icons. And using the I class, using the I tag, you are going to add all the icons, right? And it is going to be really good. Like you can add so many different icons out there, right? So for example, if you want to add different icons, you just have to go font AWE as awesome icons. You have to search over here and click the first link, and you can see many icons over there. Like for example, I want the Facebook icon. Okay. You just have to click over here and just copy this link. Okay, and if I go back and paste this particular link over here, you will be getting the Facebook icon, right? This is very simple, right? So we are not going to add the Facebook icon over here because it is not required. um, so in this section I want this icon, and also I want another thing, that is p um, by WCA. So that is by default for my location. It might be different for your location. You can just go around, right? Good. Hanu. Okay, so this is the basic structuring. So basically I'm just adding the structure. So basically I'm adding all the stuff over here, like this, like everything, right? But when we are going to see like how this beautiful, so this could be done when we are actually adding the CSS. I'm just giving the structure, as I told you. Like in HTML we are just getting the structure, and this is how we are going to structure everything. So in this particular section I'm just adding this, and after in this particular section I am going to add stuff like another icon, and this icon could have the class to be FAS FASEARCH. This will add the search icon. Okay, this will add the search icon. So you can see like we are going from top to bottom. Like this is the first thing that we have added. This is the second thing that is going to be on right. Then we have the Zomato logo over here. Then we will be having this kind of written over here. Then we have this, and this. So this is how the basically we are going like from top to bottom. We are actually structuring the whole application, right? So I hope this is going to be help like exactly understand like how we are actually adding. So first we added this get the app, then we added this particular section, then we added this, then we added this, then we go from left this and so on, right? This is how we are actually building stuff. So it is not looking like a Zomato, but in maybe few minutes we are going to add styling over here and you are going to love this application. Okay, cool. So let's move on like how exactly we are going to add another other section as well. After this I'm going to add the input tag. Okay, so input tag helps you make forms. Like if you want to add something like this, if you want to write over here, you can make this kind of input using input tag. Okay, so I have added the input tag to be type, and I'm going to put the placeholder, and placeholder is basically what exactly it is looking when it is not anything is put over there, right? So I want to put the a placeholder to be search for restaurants, uh, cuisine, or a dish. This will add something like this, and by this we are almost done with the header section. So by this we are already done with the header section. It is not looking very good because CSS is still left, but this is going to be the basic structure, and we are going to align these things accordingly, right? So this is kind of have almost everything. The last thing that is left is over here, like the background image. We are going to add that. Okay, let me go back to my code, and I want to see over here like how we are going to add. So this is the head part, and this conclude over here. I'm going to create another division that contains the heading or the background of this particular header, right? So I want to give the class called header image. Header. I'm going to add you can use directly these links like I have shared with you in the description below. You can check out on that particular code source link, and inside that you can get a link, you can get a file that is known as a link.txt. Inside that particular file you got all the links, so you do not have to worry about like images, icons, stuff like that. So everything is already built for you. You just have to implement the things that are taught you over here, right? You just have to copy those links from that particular file. Okay, so inside this I'm going to add an image. So you can add any image using img tag, and inside this src I am going to get the link from my file. I'm going to get the link from my file, and you can see over here there is a link over here that is known as header background image. So you just go there, just copy this image. Okay, just copy this image and go back and paste it over here. Let's see how exactly our website is looking. So yeah, it is kind of misstructured, not looking very good, but in a while we are going to see like how we are going to create this website look very good. Okay, so let me go back to my code. And this is going to be our header. So let me quickly give you a quick revision, like what are the things that we have done over here. So we got three different divisions in this particular header section. The top division kind of have all the navigation bar. So the first thing have the get the app icon or the get the app text. After that we have this navigation bar, the navigation list. This is going to be the topmost of the header part, right? After that we have the middle one part where we are going to have the logo. We are going to have this particular text and the search menu. Okay, so this is about the search menu over here. So this is the second section of the header, and this is about the second section. Then we have the third section that includes a header image. So header image is also divided into that particular section, and we are going to merge all of these things in a good way so that it could look like Zomato app. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So let me expand all of these code. Okay, so this is just for header section, right? So from this to this. Okay, so I have already created this style.css, and I have linked this style.css over here, as I told you before. So what I have to do is I have to target elements. So we have so many different type of selectors. So if I want to target the body of this particular website, I can target using body over here. And for example, if I want to give the background color, and I want to give the background color to be maybe brown. Okay, and I save this. So it will change the color of my website to brown. Okay, so this is one type of selector. This is a tag selector, and this is how you can target any of the tag. Okay, and how we write in CSS. So inside CSS, we have different properties like background color, font size, font weight, border. You can have so many different things like box shadow. There are a whole lot of stuff, whole lot of properties out there in CSS. So you can have so many different things: color, styling, transition, whole lot of stuff. So these are known as CSS properties, and each CSS property can have different type of values. Like for this particular CSS property, I have the value to be brown. Okay, and from this you can say this color palette, you can have different colors as well. Like for example, if I can move around over here, and I got this purple kind of color, so I can save this and it will apply it over here. So this is really interesting. This is really interesting to know like how things are working. Okay, so I don't want this kind of color because this is not the good color for a Zomato application. But what I think that I want, like I want the margin to be 0. So this will make all the things to the corner, right? Previously it was having some margins, so it is not looking very good. And adding to be 0. And also I can have the text decoration to be known, and font family, I will add that font family later on. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. So this is how we got started. Okay, so this is the basic structuring. Like this is how you actually add CSS into your applications. Okay, so you have first of all a selector. This is the tag selector. To select any of the class, right, you just have to write dot. So for example, we have a class like over here. You just have to write dot nav. Okay, and after this you can do whatever you want. Okay, so this is how these class selectors are used. We also have another selector that is known as the ID selector. You can we are not going to use it over here. You can go and check out like how exactly we can use that as well. Okay, so this is the pretty much the basics understanding of CSS, and we are going to see whole lot of different properties in the coming section, right? Okay, great. So that's the body. Now let's style the header. Okay, now let's style the header. So I have to write over there like header, um, and I want to give the width. So I want to put the header to be 100% width, and I want to give the height to be maybe 70 view height. So view height basically means the 70% of the whole screen size. Okay, so view height exactly means like for example, you have a screen of maybe 1080 pixel like in height. For example, if you want to take the 70 view height, it will take the 70% of the view height, and if you decrease the size of the height, it will automatically decrease, right? So this is 70 view height. All right, so I also have this property called overflow, and overflow to be hidden. So overflow means like if anything get overflow, out of this header, it will get hidden, so it will not look very bad. Okay. And position to be relative. So I made the position to be relative. So we'll be seeing like how exactly it is working. And object fit to be cover, and also I'm adding like margin bottom to be area. So I have already these properties. Like I was playing around with this property yesterday night, like how to make it exactly the same. So I was playing it with these properties yesterday. So these are some of the properties that I find like makes the application very similar. So you can also play around with these properties. You can have tried different values so that you can have a whole lot of understanding of these property and values, because we are constrained in time. So that is why I'm not been able to explain all the properties and values, but you can definitely go and try. And if you get stuck anywhere, do reach out to me any point of time. I would love to help you. Okay. So that's pretty much about the header section. If I go back, you can see like now our header is kind of restricted over here, like this much only. And this is 70% of the whole height, right? Okay. So this will help us understand, like this will help us build a header of this much size, right? Okay. Now let me go back to code. Now let's add other properties as well, right? Okay. So object fit actually, for example, if something is going out, so it will actually fit the whole image in the background. So it will cover, the image will cover the whole background. So we'll be seeing like how exactly it is working. Okay. So now we have something called header image, the header image. So this header image is going to be on the background of the header, right? So how we can do that? So we just have to write 100% of the width. Okay. And the position is should be absolute, so that it could cover the whole image. So also we have the top to be minus 20 view height. Also we have z index to be -1. Okay. Okay. So you can see like it is kind of covering the whole space, right? So now let's go back to the code. Like we are going to fix all of these things, right? So that's pretty much about the basic thing like that we have to add over here, like header image, stuff like that. Okay. So we'll be fixing like all of these things, like how these are running around, like how these are things are going around. So we'll be seeing that in a bit detail later. Okay. Now we just have to add like header image, and we just have to give the image of the width to be 100%. Okay. And with this, your image get fixed. Okay. So this is pretty much like how you can add anything, any image on top of any background. So now it is looking very similar to this particular header section. I think it is not that much different. So it is very looking very much similar, and I have shared exactly the same image which I have used over here, so that your application also going to be look very much similar, right? So I think by this point you are able to do like what exactly and how you can do this, right? We'll be seeing like how we are going to make the header and stuff like that very quickly. Okay. So then let's move on to other properties. Now let's move on to the navigation bar. So dot nav. Okay. So I want to make this navigation bar like let's have a look. Like I am going to code parallelly so that you can have a look into the HTML as well, right? So now I'm going to edit this. So I'm going to make the display to be flex. So basically, if you're very new to the Flexbox, so I would say in CSS, Flexbox and grid are the most important topic that you should be learning. And if you want to get the basic understanding, like what exactly Flexbox is doing, so we have the structure. Like if you're adding anything, it is going from top to bottom. But in Flexbox, if you have many things, it will not go from top to bottom. It will go from left to right. And I want my navigation bar to go from left to right. That is why I'm using Flexbox. This is a basic thing, but exactly Flexbox is not going to work like this. But yeah, this is the basic that you can take it as a reference, right? So this is display flex, and I just want to justify the content and justify content. So it will do like this. So as I told you, like Flexbox makes the things like this. It will make your elements inside your tags move from left to right. Okay, as you can see, it is moving from left to right. Left on the left we have the get app, and on the right we have the list. And the justify content space between helps us putting the space in between these two components. Okay, so Flexbox is really interesting, really important to know. Okay, so this is justify content, and I'm going to align item to center, because align item center actually align items vertically. So for example, your element have space for this much, and your element or in your child is putting on the top. So using align item, you can put it in the center vertically. So it is really great to know, like align item actually center vertically, and justify content works horizontally. So they have axis called cross axis and main axis, so you can get the reference from. Yeah. Okay, so with this our application is going to look very smallly similar, but yeah, we are going to have whole lot of things as well. So we are done with this, and I'm going to color. Now I'm going to color the element. So now it is kind of looking like white kind of stuff. So yeah, it looks better. Also here I'm adding stuff like font size. So the font size I want is B1 rem. So it's a relative font. So it is, and margin to be 0 and 40 pixel. Okay. This is going to be the navigation bar that we were working on right now. Flexbox make them come together horizontally, and justify content gives the space between, and vertically align item make them align vertically, right? So this is how we done it. And if you're very new to any of this property, I would highly recommend you to go after this session to go and check out all of these properties. This will help you and might come in your interviews. Okay, so it is highly recommended. Okay, so this is pretty much about navigation bar. Now we are going to work on the dot nav bar property. Dot nav bar. As you can see, like I have explained you, like through this dot you are actually targeting your class components. So through this dot nav, I was actually targeting this particular element. Okay, and through this dot nav bar, I am actually targeting this particular this. Okay, now let's quickly understand like how we are going to make it this particular list look like this, right? So we are going to see this in a while. Okay, so for this dot nav bar, we are going to have the list style. So I want to make the list style to be known. So in the list, we are getting the bullet, or you can say the bullet points. Now it have gone through this particular property. So list style known. Tell us like we do not want the bullet signs, right? We have that. We also have the property called font weight, and we are going to make the font weight to be lighter. So font weight actually give the weight to the font. Like I am putting it lighter, that shrinks the width of the font stroke, right? I'm also make it like display, be flex, and gap. So gap will introduce the space between these elements, right? So where were we? So here we are. Okay. So as you can see, like now it is kind of looking like uh, an element like the navigation bar, right? As we have seen over here, right? As we have seen over here. So now it is looking like this. but it is have at some different font size, or you can say font style, right? Here we are using some different font style, and here we are using different font style. So now let's add that font style as well. Okay, so for this application I am using a pop-in font. So in this second link you can see, so I'm adding this particular font. This is a pop-in font, that's a popular pop-in font. So just go back to the top, before body, you just have to put this link. Through this, you are actually bringing the font family to your project, right? And I have provided you this link. So this is over here, the second link. Just go to this particular link, copy this import link, and copy on the top of your CSS, right? And whenever you want to use this font, you have to just write family, font family, and first pop in and then serif. Okay, just save this, and now you can see a different font style over here, right? So now we are getting the similar font that we were using in this particular application. Okay, so we are very quickly going to create the same exact Zomato application, and this is the header part, right? Now let's move on to other sections. Like this is not nav bar. Now let's move on to the other section, that is head. So head, I'm quickly going to show you like some of the properties. You can have a understanding like how these properties are working, right? So just go there, and you just have to write some of the properties like display to be flex. Okay, okay. The screen quality, like my streaming quality is good enough, like you can understand, like are you able to see my screen? Yeah, just give me a confirmation about this. Are you able to see my screen, like what I'm coding? Are you able to understand? Okay, okay, cool. Okay, thanks for confirmation. um Cool. So if any of these properties are very new to you, just go and Google it out. It is really easy to understand, and it is really important. Like some of the properties that we are using over here are generally asked very often, so it will help you a lot, right? So display flex, and what else I just want to give over here? I just want to give the flex direction to be column. Okay, the flex I will go column, and justify content to center, and margin top to 7 view height. Okay, sorry, and align item center, center. Okay, so if I go back, so you can see like these things are coming in the center through this head, this head property. Like I make the flex direction to be column, so that it will not go from left to right, because I want this particular section to be vertically aligned. So that is why over using over here flex direction to be column. By default it is row. Okay, okay. Then justify content will horizontally align your component to be center, and align item will vertically align your content to the center, right? And these properties, if these properties are new, then definitely I would highly recommend you to check them on Google. It will help you in building applications. Okay, now I want the logo. Okay, I want to align the logo, and I want to give the logo a width to be 20 view width, so that it kind of look very much similar to this. Okay, now let's go back to code, and what else we have to work on. Now I want to work on this particular part. Like my logo got settled. Now I want to go to this particular part, like this h3 heading. Okay, so to move on to this, I just have to write the head tab and h3. By this I'm targeting that particular heading. Okay, So this heading, I want to give the styling to be font size to be 2.1 rem. So I know this styling, like I was testing it yesterday. I was building this project, and I got to know like what exactly the style would work with this particular application. So don't feel like I'm very good at this particular thing. Like I do not have to go back and see. Like I have tested this when I was building this application, so I know these values are going to work. So don't feel like I'm very much pro at this particular application or building this kind of application I'm very good at. No, that is not the case. You just have to play around which value you feel is good, is what is required. Okay, so don't feel like we are going very fast. I was used to test a lot. Okay, because time constraint, we have to make this session very precise so that we are going to complete this application. Okay, so don't feel like I personally that it takes time for me, but I'm doing very good. Don't feel like that. It's good. Okay, so font size and color to be maybe white smoke. Okay, and the font weight to be 400. Okay, so now it kind of looking good. Yes, it is looking good. So and I give the styling to this particular section, right? Now let's move on to the search section. That is very important. Okay, in the search section, I just have to write search, and then I just have to give the display to flex, and I just have to give the width to be 55 view width. Okay, so giving this, you can see now these things are coming in horizontal manner because the display is flex, and flex is very commonly used. So if I want to make some of the things go horizontally by default, so use flex. It helps in very different ways. Okay, so this is about the width. I have given it the 55 view width, and I want to align the content to center, align the item to center, and what else I have to give, like border radius, to be maybe 10 pixel, and background to uh, uh, background to white, and what else, padding. So padding I'm going to give over here is 5 pixel on top and bottom, and 4 pixel from left and right. Okay. So I think these kind of properties are kind of clear to you. So by this, I have created this particular box. So this width is coming from width, and that's pretty much the thing that is we are building. Okay. So I think now it is looking very much similar to this, but yeah, we'll be making it exact same. Okay, so this is about the search section. Like we have given this particular section as style. Now we want to give the styling to each component individually, right? So for this, I want to go to each section. Like for each search, in each search, we have search item. Okay, so I want to make the search item, each item a display flex. So as you can see, like most of the properties are repeating time and time, so that is why I'm not explaining you again, but I think you can understand like from the code like what exactly I'm going to do there, right? So yeah, so thank you so much for supporting that much. I think you are going to build some this good application, and it will help you a lot in your resume and stuff like that. And feel free to reach out to me anytime whenever you are feeling like getting stuck anywhere. Okay, so display flex, and what else I want to give over here is the align item to be center, um, margin left to be maybe 10 pixel. Now let's see what exactly we are getting. Okay, so now we are getting it in a single line, right? Kind of it is very much similar looking. I think we are good to complete this particular section. Okay, so this is about the items. Now we have to individually give some item style. Like I want to copy this, Paste it over here. I want to style this p tag. Okay, so I want to give the color to p tag. Like I'm talking about this particular part, right? So inside search, so you can see over here inside search, and inside search item, right? Inside this search item, inside the search item, we have this p tag. So we are targeting this one. Okay, so for example, I want to give the color over here to be red. So we kind of get color over here to be red. Okay, so we are actually targeting this, and I want to make it like this. Go back to the code, and I want to make it gray in color, so it will get gray color. Border, border right, I want to give a border right to be 1 pixel. Solid gray, so to give the separation between with the search, right? Font size to be maybe 15 pixel. Margin right to be 10 pixel, and margin left to be 10 pixel. Okay. Now let's see like how exactly our thing is working, right? So now you can see over here, like we got this kind of very grayish in color and kind of looking similar. uh, Now let's give the final touches to this section, and we are good to go with other sections, right? So let's go. Okay, okay, so we are done with this. We have to copy paste this. Now I want to like this input tag, like you can see over here, like this input tag, I want to make it very clean, right? Like this. So we are working on this particular part, right? So very quickly I'm going to share like how these things are working. So first of all, I don't want to give this an outline to be known, border to be none, width to be 200% because it is very small in width. Padding left to be 10 pixel, and the font size to be 15 pixel. With this, you kind of get this really good looking input, right? You're not getting that kind of dark looking box, right? It is gone. So this is pretty much about it. And now let's see, like I want to give this a color, like I want to give this this icon a color and this icon as well a color, right? So how we can do that? So we just have to go over this input and go to the first child. So what does first child do? We have two classes with this name, right? So this pseudo class, this first child pseudo class actually target the first one, the first child in that particular class. So this is the first child, so it is targeting this one, right? So I want to give this a color, maybe a color to be maybe pink, let's say, or maybe this kind of pink, for example. Now you can see over here, like it is get the color to be pink color. But you can use this exact color as well. So yeah, I'm using this much color. Okay. We also have the width to be 30%. So we get the separation. Okay, we get the separation due to this 30% width. So this is pretty much about the first child. Now let's talk about the last child as well, because last child is also there. Last child. We want to give the color width to be 70%, rest of the width, and the color to be gray. And with this, we are done with the header section for this Zomato application, right? So with this, we are done with this Zomato application header. And now you can kind of can show anyone, like you created this and it is somehow looking very much similar to Zomato. Like for example, if I go to zomato.com, you get this kind of similar looking header, right? like it is very much similar to this. You get this kind of similar header. Okay, so that's pretty good, that's pretty interesting. Okay, now let's have a look, like what are other section that we are going to build. So we are going to have four different section, or you can say three different section. The last one is the footer, that is very easy to implement, right? So we got these this section, this section, and this section. So these are going to be very easy if you have followed along by now. It is very easy, and yeah, that's pretty good. And okay, move ahead. Now let's move ahead to other section. Okay, so this is the header section, and we are done with header section. Now let's move on to the section one. Section one for this application, and I want to create this section. This section is going to be very easy. Like you just have to write section tag and give the class to be section one. Okay, I'm very quickly showing you. Okay, this particular thing. So in this, we have the division and section one item. Okay. We have this. So we are going to have multiple items in this particular section because we have three items over here, three different items. So we have three different items in this particular section. Okay, so I'm going to replicate them. We got these three items, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and inside this we kind of need a division, and I'm going to give a p tag inside it, and right over here, order food online, and I want to give this a class like called items details. Okay, and here we also have an image. Okay, and image I will be providing with you. I have already provided you with the images. Like for this section one, we have these images, right? So this is the first image that we are going to use. Okay, now let's add all of these images so that we can quickly add these sections, right? So let me add the first image. Okay, what else we have to add is 1, 2, 3. So these three sections we actually need it. Okay, so if I go back, we can see like these three sections are added. So we'll be making it very similar to this in a while. Okay, okay, cool. But I want to remove the images because we have other images as well. So just give me a second. We will be updating second image and third image because we don't want the same image. Hold Z. Let me paste it. Go back to the third image. Copy this image. Go back again and paste it over here. So if I save this, we kind of get the latest images. Okay, these are the latest images that we are actually looking for. All right, so the basic structuring or the basic part is clear. Now let's move on to the CSS, like how we are going to add the CSS over here. Okay, so I comment over here section 1, and the section 1 start with section 1 class. So section 1 start with section 1 class, and this section have a lot of things like display as flex. I also have justify content center. Okay, I also have align item center and margin bottom to be for rem. Okay, with this you can see like I am getting all the things are center because of Flexbox and the properties of Flexbox, like justify content and align item. Okay, all right, so with this we are getting this. After that I want the section 1, and section 1 contains another class that is known as the item. Okay, All right. So we are targeting these classes, right? Now I'm targeting these items. Now let's see like what are the properties we are going to add over here. It's position to be relative. We are putting the position to be relative, width to be maybe 15 rem. Okay. Margin to be 3 pixel on top, 5 pixel on left and right. These kind of basic properties are now clear to you. And margin overflow to be hidden. What else we can have is border radius. Border radius to be 10 pixel, and background to be white. Border to be 1 pixel solid, like say white, but I'm not using white. I want this kind of very small, a tint of gray. Okay, so you can see over here like it is now looking like a card, but it is not exactly the same like this. We are going to make it like this in a while, very quickly, right? So these are some of the properties that I applied on each item. Like let me explain some of the properties, like position to be relative, width to be 15 rem, margin on top, I want the margin on top to be 3 pixel, and on the width that is 5 pixel. Overflow to be hidden, that means if anything that goes out of the box, it kind of get hidden. Box radius, that you can see over here, like it is kind of roundish from the corner, so that is coming from the border radius. And the background to be white, and border to be 1 pixel solid, and a very light color, right? Very light color, that looks very good actually. Okay, so I think by the time you kind of get the understanding, like we are right on the right way to create the Zomato app. And it is not that hard to build. We just have to try things around. We just have to play around with these things, and you can have a look into that part. So yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. Now let's style these cards more and better, that it could look better like a card. Okay, so now let's move on to the image part, like how to fix the image exactly. So section 1, section oh, section 1 dot item, and dot items details. Or not details right now. Now let's focus on img image. Okay, so we want to style the image so that it could get and looks like this image, like it is covering the background. So we are going to build this image like that. Okay, so now I'm targeting the image, and here I'm going to give the width of the image to be 100%. And with this 100%, I want to give the border to the image to be 1 pixel solid, same color from the box, so that it could look similar. And what else we have to give to this is the border radius. Okay, border radius to be of the border radius to be 10 pixel, maybe 10, or we have used the border radius on top is the 10. Yes, this will work. What else? Z index. So Z index will help you to make anything to come front and come back. So Z index will help you in that particular scenario, right? That's pretty good. Now let's talk about like section 1, section 1 item, and here the items detail. Okay. So now I'm talking about this particular part. Let me show you. So now we are going to style this particular part, right? We are going to style this particular part. So item details is targeted over here. Now I want to make the position to be absolute. Bottom to be 3 pixel, Okay. Align content, align item to be center. What else we need? Border radius to be maybe 0, 0, 10 pixel, 10 pixel. Okay. Background color to be white. um Width to be, so yeah, it's kind of lengthy enough, like you feel like it kind of taking whole lot of properties, but yeah, that takes time, like when you're actually experimenting things, like how to make it big, how to make it small, how to increase the size, how to decrease the size, that actually takes time. So I have played around it with before, I have told you. So it takes time, like when you're actually building, you kind of getting stuck, that takes time, and it is good to have, like it makes you more learn. So if you can see, like there are a whole lot of properties out there, and I learned, so that is not the case. So I did not learn, like I just played around, like when I was copying or cloning the application, I was playing around with values and stuff, like it is looking good, it is not looking good. So yeah, that comes with time, when you're actually playing. That's okay. You can take these values exactly same, like what I'm using over here, you can use these values exactly same. This will help you make the application very similar that we are building over here, right? So yeah, the index to be the index to be 2, and yeah, with this you can have this particular application to be this, right? So okay, so it kind of getting something like bottom, we'll be fixing that in a while, right? So this is how we are actually, this is what we are actually looking for in this particular application, right? So this is the section is going to be completed as well very quickly. We just have to put all of these properties around and play around with these values. If you want to increase the size, you can play around with that part. You can have something like this, so you can play around, like, so let me decrease the value to be 0 pixel, let me move it around. So yeah, now the bottom image is not coming. So yeah, where is my code? Yeah, so that's pretty much about the second section. Let me add some of the few values, like I feel like these should be also added, right? So let me add these values as well. So let me copy this, I want to align, I want to align this text at center, right? I want to align this text at center, that's it, that it could look better. So paste it over there, p tag, just align item to be center, text align, or you can choose text align, text align to be center, and this will align your text to the center, right? So you can change the values over here, like here we are using dining out and nightlife club, we can make that change over here, like you can make the changes over here, like dining out and nightlife, nightlife and club over here. Okay, you can add these two values, and with this you kind of get the second section to be done. And I feel like this is kind of very easy part, like we take time in the first part because we have to understand some of the basic properties, but as you can see, like we are able to understand all of these properties with time, and we are quickly using these properties, right? So if you are over here, you can see, have a look into this particular section, like we are able to complete this section very in a very small manner, right? Very few properties are used, and this section is also being completed. Okay, so if you want to if some of the properties that might got missed and some of the properties values you are very new, then you can definitely go and check out Google. Like there are few websites like W3 schools, MDN docs, Java T point, there are a whole lot of websites where you can learn about these topics. And whenever you are actually feeling stuck, feel free to reach out to me on my social handle. You can find me on almost every place, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, what else, like Discord. You can find me anywhere, right? So feel free to uh, uh, reach out to me anywhere. And in the description below, you can find the Discord channel of the AccioJobs. So if you stuck anywhere, if you have any query, like if you are actually having some doubt, then you can reach out to anyone out there. People are actually very welcoming in the community. We are actually very welcome to help you. So if you're stuck anywhere, please feel free to reach out. Don't feel shy. Don't feel like I might not respond. It takes time, but yeah, definitely I will reach out to get back to you. Okay. So I think this will help you in getting understanding of that. Okay. Um, cool. If you want to move around, like if you want to take water and stuff like that, you can play around. Like you can go and have it parallelly with the class because we have a constraint in time for today. So yeah, please bear with that. Okay. So cool, guys. We are almost half the way. We are on the half the way. We have built this particular section very quickly, and using the same properties we were using in the header section. Most of the properties were there, right? So now let's understand like how we can add this particular kind of section, like this kind of section. Like if you want to have these cards, so how to align these, right? We are going to understand about this particular part. Okay. So let's move ahead, like let's add this, and by end of this session our website is going to be live on internet. So I'm going to teach you like exactly how you can host your website, or how you can host this project on GitHub. Okay. So let's quickly move ahead to other sections, right? Now let's move ahead to other section that is called the section section 2. So for this section 2, I want the section uh, tag, and I have to add the class that have the section to be section 2. Okay. Okay. And inside this section 2 class, I have the heading. I have this division that have the section 2 heading. Okay. That we can see over here. Like we are adding this heading over there. Okay. So inside this, we have this p tag, and in this p tag, we are going to have this popular localities in and around Delhi NCR. So I'm taking the reference of Delhi NCR. So I'm putting this heading. Okay. And after this, I have another division that have the section 2 container. Okay. So this contain all the items. So inside this container, you have another division that have the section 2 items. So we have this container. Inside this container, we have the section 2 items, and inside each item, so we have a division that have the section 2 item. So these items, like these kind of items, we are going to put in each of these kind of section. Okay. So let's have move ahead. Like we are going to have the p and give the class to be item head, and another to be subhead. Okay. So this head, I'm going to write maybe let's take an example of cannot place only. See, cannot place. It's a very popular place in Delhi. So if you're not from Delhi, and whenever you came, definitely go there. You can find a whole lot of stuff out there. Okay. Create 8 places. Okay. Cool. We kind of need these kind of approximately nine items, right? We kind of need 9 items, and official Zomato application also have 9 items over there. So that's why I'm taking the reference of from Zomato to make this application, right? So let me copy this for 9 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and you kind of feel like I'm using some of the shortcuts. If you feel like you should be knowing these shortcuts, please comment down below. Like you want this kind of session where I'm going to quickly show you like how to make your development faster. I would love to take that session as well. So if you are actually needing any kind of as I got a huge response for the JavaScript. Like we are looking for JavaScript course as well. So definitely, I got that in the consideration, and we'll be bringing something like that in future. Okay. So if you need some course like that helps you like how to faster your development, how to use or make your development good in front end, so do let me know. I will kind of we can have something like that as well in the future. Okay. Okay. Cool. So we got this. Let me go back to the application. So we got this kind of thing, but it is not looking very good, right? This is similar. Everything is looking similar, but we are going to make changes through CSS. CSS is just magic, right? It actually gives just amazing things if you're to your application, right? So in CSS, I am putting something called a comment, and here I'm writing section to be 2. Okay, this is section 2, and let's start with section 2. Okay, so this section 2, this is section 2, I believe. Yeah, this is section 2, and section 2 is having the width to be 1080p 1080 pixel. It have the margin to be 0 from top, and from left and right it is auto. That means it is going to be at center, and I want to give the margin bottom to be 4 rem. Okay, so let's see like how it is looking. So now you can see like it is coming to the center because of the properties that we have given to this particular section. Okay. Okay, all right, so let's move ahead to give the section 2 heading the style. Okay, section 2 heading. So here we are actually putting the style in the heading part. Okay, so I want to give the font size to be 2 rem. So rem is a unit in CSS. It's a relative unit. If you want to learn about it, then definitely you can find great resources out there. So that's pretty much about the front end. Front font size. So I am actually increasing the size to twice, right? What else I want to do is line height to be you can have 1.2, and font weight to 400. Okay. Now let's see like how it is looking. Yeah, it is looking better. It is looking like a heading. Okay, all right, cool. So this is about the heading part. Now we have to align it in like a grid format using Flexbox. So now let's see like how we can do that. Okay, so section 2, right? Section 2, section 2, container, we have items. Section 2, so actually we are targeting like this particular element that is containing all the elements or all the items that we are going to display. Okay, so first of all we have to start with the display flex. So this will align all the items in the horizontal format. Okay, now we have to make it like flex wrap. So what exactly this flex wrap do, let me show you. If we go back, So you can see over here, like everything is getting very close, right? It is coming very close. Like previously it was vertically aligned, but now using Flexbox, it is coming in a single horizontal format. Okay, but you can see like it is very concise and it is very you can say crowded. Okay, but we do not want that. We want every item to be of fixed width. Okay, we do not want everything to be clustered. So how we can do that? Let's have a look. So there is a property called flex wrap. So this will help to get wrapped. For example, if some extra thing comes, it will go to the next row. So this is the property that helps in flex wrap, and this is the new property. That's why I thought of sharing that with you. Okay, this is flex wrap and justify content to be space between. Now you can see like it's kind of get the space between out there. Okay, so this is pretty much about the container of the items. Okay, nothing more than that. Now let's move ahead to the section item, each item, section to item. With this, I am actually targeting the single item out there, right? So with this width, I am putting the width to be 100%. What else we want? Like a max width to be 26%. What else we have? Like margin bottom to be 20 pixel. Okay. So now let's see like how it is looking. Now it is looking somehow like good presentation of these places. So now it is feeling like a good presentation. So now let's move and create more styling over there. Okay, so now let's move ahead and give the section to item more styling, like border radius to be 10 pixel. I think that is good. Border shadow, box shadow. Okay, box shadow to be 0, 2 pixel, 4 pixel. What else? Like let's give it a white smoke color. Now let's see like how it is looking. So it is kind of getting some kind of shadow kind of stuff, but it is not that kind of a visual. So now let's make it like more visual. Okay, so yeah, you can see like it is looking better. This is how we can add any box shadow. This is the x value, like in the x direction. This is the y value, it is in the y direction. It will put the shadow to the below, and this is the spread, and this is the color, what exactly color we are actually looking for. Okay, that's pretty much it, I believe. And we can have padding to be 20 pixel from all the side. So yeah, it is looking pretty better, and it is looking somehow very much similar to the Zomato application that we are going to build. Okay, so all right, that's good. Now we can move ahead to like each item. Like we have these head items, we have to now give them a styling. Okay, very basic styling. So we are about to complete this project. Very one or two section are got left, and we are going to publish it very quickly, right? So we are almost done with the section 2. Just final touches is there, and then section 3, and we are done. And we'll be hosting our website and taking your doubts if the time permits. Definitely. Okay. So we are about to complete this particular course, and yeah, there are whole lot of things that you can show in your resume as well. So moving ahead, if I want to go to the section, section 2 items. Okay, item, and inside that I have a property called item head. Okay, item head. Okay, I want to give this item head a property called font size to be 1.2 rem. Okay, 1.2 rem. Color to be maybe gray. What else? Margin to be 0, and margin bottom to be margin bottom to be 5 pixel. 5 pixel. Okay, now let's see like how it is looking. Okay, it is kind of looking very similar. uh okay, sorry. So it is kind of looking similar, but yeah, let me give this color a little bit dark color. So okay, I think this will work. This kind of looking good. Also we have another property in the section item, that is dot item subhead. We have this property called subhead item. So I want to give this a property, and by this we are almost done with this particular property. Okay, font weight lighter, and color to be gray, for example, and margin to be 0. Okay, yeah, now it is looking better. Now it is looking better, and it is kind of looking similar to this particular section. We have the slightly darker shadows, as you can see the comparison. But yeah, it actually depends like what exactly shadow you want, and that is okay. We do not have a set rule like we want this kind of shadow only. So yeah, that's pretty much about this particular section, and we are almost complete to done with this application. And after that we are going to deploy it very quickly. Okay, so yeah, we are done with the three section of this application. Like this is the top section, then we have this particular section, and after that we have this particular section as well. Okay, so that's really good. That's really good to have. And the last section, that is the main section, we are going to build is this one. So this is also going to be very easy. We just have to put this image, and we are going to have this kind of thing. Like we just have to put this much text only. So this section is very simple, and I think you kind of get some of the things in your mind. Like we can use Flexbox over here, like we can use this and stuff over here. So yeah, that's pretty much very simple is actually. Okay, so are you excited to complete your application? And we have around 350 people and approximately 345 people with us. So are you guys excited to complete this application and put this on internet and get it live? And you can show it to anyone. Like you have created this Zomato app. Like if someone do not know about the front end, they kind of get surprised. Like you have created something really good. Okay, so this is going to be really amazing. Like you kind of have your own application, and by this kind of you can start building stuff on your own. Like you can go to Amazon, you can start cloning that. You can go to Flipkart, you can start cloning that as well. So cloning is not going to be that difficult, and it will help you create some good applications and to show in your resume as well. Okay, so I think that's pretty much about the three sections. Our application is divided into four main sections, like this one, the header section, this section, this popular localities section, and the last one. Okay, so we are almost to complete this particular application, and this last section is going to remain. And this footer is very simple to build, so I will be showing you like how we can make that footer as well. And another thing that we are going to see is like how you can use GitHub to host your application. So we are about to complete this application. That's really amazing. Okay, so now let's go back to the code. Okay, and let me close this application, this section. Okay, so we are done with header. We are done with section 1. Section 2 is also done. Now let's move to section 3. So now let me put the comment over here. Section 3. And now let me put the comment over here, and I will be writing section, and I'll be giving this a class. I will be giving this a class to be section 3. Okay, I'll be giving this a class to be section 3, and yep, that's pretty good. And inside this, I kind of need two division, one on the left side and one on the right side. So basically, let me show you what I am talking about. So this is the main division. This is the section 3. Okay, Inside this I have two division. This one is the one division and this particular section is the second division, and these kind of get parallelly in the horizontal manner through Flexbox. That I think you get the understanding, like how we can make two item if they are vertically aligned. With the help of Flexbox we can do that. So let's quickly go back to the code. Let's code some other things as well. So what else we need? So we need kind of a container for this. So we kind of div uh, section 3 container, section 3 container. And also guys, if you are very new to this coding, like some of the good practices that I am sharing with you, like how to comment, how to use the naming, how to use the right CSS. I'm actually using a really good code writing. Like these kind of code writing are actually implemented in production applications, so you can take the consideration of this course as a good code implementation as well. Like the naming convention, like structuring of the code is what actually I'm sharing with you in real world environment, like how production applications have the structure. So I'm sharing that as well. So if you're actually following along and if you are following these kind of rules, then definitely it will help you in writing good code as well. I thought of sharing that with you, like you are actually going to write a good code as well after this. Okay, so this is the container, and inside this container we have the one division, or also we have another division as well. So we kind of get two division, right? First division I will give the name to be section 3 img. Okay, and the another one is the section 3 download, because that is for download. Okay, cool. So inside the image I'm going to add the image. Okay, and to get this image, like to get this particular image, again you have to go back to this section 3, and here you kind of get the first link. Okay, just copy this link and paste it over here. Okay, with this, if you save this, you kind of get this particular image. Okay, we'll be resizing it. We will be getting its structure in a bit detail later. This is just the structuring part, like HTML is just for structuring, as I told you. So yeah, so um, inside this section 3 download, or you can say it, let's name it like content, because inside content we have another download one. Okay, this section 3 content have one heading, and that heading is like get the Zomato app. Okay, this is the heading. We also have this para that says download the app from, and after this p we have this another division that contains two links. One is for Play Store, one is from App Store. Okay, so let's give it a name. Let's give it the class to be section 3 download. Okay, section 3 download. Okay, and inside this I'm going to have two images. One image is for this particular part. This is also an image, this is an image, this is also an image. Okay, so I'm going to share these links as well, so you can go again. So first of all, copy the first link. Okay, and go and paste to the first image, and then again go back to the second link, sorry, the third link, and this maybe is from App Store. If this, and we kind of get all of these images. Yeah, you can get it. Okay, now we have to arrange it using CSS. Like how we can do that, we'll be seeing it a while. Okay, so the structuring part of the section 3 is completed in a very quick way. Now we have to write the section 3. Now we have to write the section 3 CSS. Okay, so let's go back to CSS part, and here we have to write section 3. Okay, there is a section 3, and now let's start with like section 3 styling. Okay, so this section 3 styling start with the height. Let's fix it. Let's give it a height called 620 pixel. 620 pixel. It will get the height. What we else have? Like we are going to add the background color. We are going to get the color to be RGB color. Okay. So here I'm using the exact color that is Zomato is using. That is 255, 251, 251, and 247. 247. Okay. This is the exact color that Zomato is using. So, let me have a look. Like, okay, 251. 251. Okay, sorry, 255. Okay, so this is the exact Zomato color. Like they are using this particular color. So that's why I'm using this particular color over here as well. Okay, so this is about the whole structure. That is the background part. Okay, now let's go to the section 3. Section 3, container, and I want to give this container the width to be 1080 pixel. Okay, I will be giving this a width to be 1080 pixel. This is the max width. Okay, now I'm giving the height to be 100%. Okay, now I'm giving the margin to be 0. That is 0 from top and bottom, and from left and right it takes the auto. That means it will come to the center. Okay, if I save this and go back again, so you can see like everything is coming in the center part. So that is because of this particular property. Okay, so now let's give the display to be flex. Justify content to be center, and align item to be center. Okay, so now you can see like it is kind of looking not exactly, but it's looking similar. Like on the left side we have this image, on the right side we have another image. Okay, go back again, and now let's make it very much similar to what we are looking to build. Okay, um we have another property. We have another class that is known as section 3 img. That is the mobile class, right? So I want to give the width to be 40 40%. Okay, so now let's see like will its size got reduced? No, it is not reducing. So here I'm using img. So here I'm okay. So okay, so yeah, I think now it will work. Okay, what is the problem? Section 3. Okay, no worries. Now we will see like what is the problem with that. Section 3, and inside this image we have this image, and we are going to width this image, and we are going to give width the image to be 400 pixel. Okay, now it get fixed. Okay. So yeah, now you can see like it got fixed. So previously we given the size of the container image to be 40%, and then we have given the styling to this particular to be 400 pixel. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much like how we adjusted the image accordingly. Okay, now let's move on to like we have fixed this particular part, this particular image. Now let's style this particular section as well. Okay, let's go back, and now let's see like what exactly we can make it. We have to change the get the Zomato app thing. Okay, we have to make it changed accordingly. So section 3, we have to go to section 3, and inside this section 3 we have the content, right? Inside this content we have h1, and here we are actually styling this get the Zomato app, right? Here we are actually styling this get the Zomato app. Okay, so now let's see what are the styles that is needed. So first of all, I am going to give it a font size to be 2.5 rem. Then I'm going to give it a weight of lighter. It kind of looks better than margin bottom. Margin bottom to be 0, and margin to be 0. uh okay, that's pretty good. Now let's increase the size. Like I have to give it a 15 pixel margin, because that might looks good. Okay, so now you can see like it is good looking, very much similar to what we are using over here. So yeah, it's kind of looks good actually. Okay, so this is done. Now let's give this a styling, and these images some styling. Okay, so let's go back to the code. Okay, now let's go back to the code, and here what we are actually looking for, maybe p tag. Yes, so here some of the stylings, like let me write it from the scratch so that it could help you following along. Font size to be maybe 1.2 rem. Font weight to be lighter. Lighter. What else we need? Margin to be 0. Margin bottom to be 15 pixel. Okay, so now let's see like how it is looking. Yeah, now it is looking kind of good actually, and we kind of need to reduce the size of this particular images, and we are good to go with this particular section. This section is also almost done. Okay, so that's pretty good, that's pretty amazing actually. Okay, section 3, download img. Okay, and let's give it a width to be 40%. Okay, let's give it a width to be 40%. Now let's see like how exactly it is looking. Let me save this, go back again. Let me go back. Like what is the problem? Okay, I don't need this p. Okay, so yeah, it kind of get adjusted, and yeah, it is looking very good actually. So this is also out like section 4 is almost done, and I don't think there is any need to be changed. Like this is section 1 header. There is section 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so are you guys good to go? Like are you guys got this understanding like how we created this section, third section as well? And it is kind of very simple as compared to other sections, right? It is kind of very simple, right? So yeah, that's pretty much about the third section as well. And with this we are done with 4 different sections in our Zomato application. So good guys, everything is good. Are you able to understand most of the concepts, like how we are actually implementing this? So much of css, yeah, totally understood, but yeah, css are always very big actually. Okay, so yeah, we are almost done with the fourth section as well. Okay, so where were we? So yeah, so the first section, second section, and the third section. One thing that I would like to share with you is like when we go to zomato.com, you kind of get this kind of application that is kind of on first view like similar, but as you can see like there are extra section as well that we have not included this in this particular course. It would be really great that you can try implementing this section as well, right? If you try implementing this section as well, it is really appreciated. Like the motive of sharing these 4 section is just to make you clarify, like just to share some of the basic properties of HTML CSS, so that you can try and test different section as well. Like you can try on your own about this section as well. This will help you get it better. You can try this section as well. Okay, and the last section as well. So the basic section are already shared with you, like a header and other 4 stuff. But yeah, you can have a look into other section as well. But for this course I believe this much is pretty good to go with. Like these 4 section are good actually, and now I think we can add the footer section. So yeah, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. Like we can add the footer section as well. Okay, so cool guys, I think that's pretty amazing to know. Like we are almost done with this particular application, and within, I believe within 2 hours we are able to complete this particular flow, right? So that's pretty good, that's pretty amazing. Cool. So okay, now let's move on to like the how to add the footer. Okay, Now let's move on to like how to add the footer. So now let's go, and here I'm going to add like a footer, and how you can add it. So you can go to the footer, and you have a special tag for this. You kind of go to footer, and here you can use p. So here you can add anything. Like in my particular application, I kind of used to add like made with hurt by Omraj Sharma. You can add whatever you want, right? Or whatever text, you kind of go and grab something from here. You can get this kind of footer as well. That is also okay. You kind of want to copy this. That is also okay. So you can go out and check out like which you want to give. Like I for my application, I try and like giving my name. So yeah, for this as well, I'm also try to go with this. So for example, here I want to say like made with uh, maybe hot or by hope. Okay, so this is good. Let me go and see like how it is actually looking. So yeah, here you can see right over here. I feel like it should be at the center, and it kind of need more space. So let's add that functionality as well. Okay, so now let's go back to there, and here I'm putting the css for footer, and dot of footer. I kind of need height, so I kind of need height to be 100 pixel, for example. We can reduce that as well. What else we need? Like display to be flex. What else we need? Justify content center, align item center. I think that's pretty good. Okay. What is left? Like we have given the height, we have given the justify content. Okay, so we should not be using a class because that's a by default thing. Okay. So yeah, with this we also added the footer one. Okay. So we have added the footer. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty simple actually. So I think that's great to have. And with this, you kind of need. Okay, with this, I think that's pretty good. Like we are done with this application. Yeah. So yeah, this feel good. And now I will be sharing like how you can host your application. Right now, we will be seeing like how you can host your application on GitHub. So let me know in the comments like how many of you have ever worked on GitHub, or how many of you have an account on GitHub. Let me know in the chat below. Like how many of you have um, account on GitHub like this. Have you ever worked on GitHub or Git? Let me know. Okay. Okay. So there are a whole lot of people out there like who have a account on GitHub. So okay. And okay, no worries. If you do not have any account, that's pretty okay. That's totally okay. That's totally fine. We will be seeing in a second like how we can add it. Okay. Okay. I have an account. That's good. All right. Cool. So almost maximum people are having the account on GitHub, and I think we can create like you can go like some of the people who do not have an account. I would suggest like they can go like for example they kind of go, and we will be having a quick break for 2-3 minutes because the people who do not have any account on GitHub can set up their GitHub. Just go to github.com. So it kind of needs some steps like sign up, like getting email confirmation, stuff like that. So just go there and you kind of get the email stuff ready for you. So try to set up your account, and we will be coming and rejoining in maybe it's 5-4. We'll be start continuing our this course at maybe 5:10. Okay, so for those who are very new to the GitHub, please go and sign up in the GitHub, and let get your ready your GitHub account. It kind of look like let me share my account. Like it kind of look like if I go to this particular section, it kind of look like this. Okay, it kind of look like this, very similar to upper one, might not look like this exactly. Okay, so try go and check out there, and we will be meeting at 5:10. Okay, So set up your account, and we will be meeting at 5:10 after the quick water break. Cool, guys. Thank you. By the time we have time, like it's 5:07, we'll be starting at 5:10. By the time, if you have any confusion, any doubts, any maybe any suggestions, then please feel free to comment below. Like I'll be answering all of those. And by 5:10 we will be or you can say upload our project online, so that you can share those links with others as well. Okay, so we'll be seeing that as well. So if you have any doubt, suggestion, any kind of guidance, you can ask. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'll be sharing about um, this particular part. So okay, so yeah, if you haven't checked out like the AccioJob website, then do check out. Like if you want to set up your career and into the software engineering, then definitely check that out. It's a great place. Actually, we have great people out there. So yeah, so let's move on to if you want to reach out to me anytime, like feel free to reach out to me on these handles, and I would love to connect with you. And if you have any queries, stuff like that, please reach out to me anytime. I would love to answer those. Maybe after this session, this video might not be available. Not pretty sure. Not pretty sure. But maybe it happened. We need to submit Zomato or next Netflix clone. Zomato clone, because we are working on that. Um, Not pretty sure like what is the exact last date. But you kind of have time to by midnight, like take time for tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's pretty okay. Okay, so I'm not pretty sure like what is the exact date, like last date for that. Yeah, please don't consider like Netflix clone. Like previously we are actually planning to have that, but we feel like we are keeping it for beginners. So don't feel like in Netflix clone. you have to submit your Zomato clone only. That's okay. Yeah, absolutely. Please stay connected, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please go and subscribe to the channel, because in future we are also going to have some amazing projects on backend, full stack, and some of the projects like Django and Python. So yeah, we are also going to have these kind of project as well. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go and subscribe to the channel. We kind of have some great interview experiences out there. So yeah, feel free to reach out to anyone. Like, we have all the social handles out there. So if you have any confusion, if you have any suggestions or queries, please reach out. Don't feel shy. Okay, that's great. Thanks for shouting. Like, you love the project. I really appreciate. Like, okay, what is scrollable div? Okay, so scrollable div is nothing like, if you actually fill your like, for example, scrollable is div is nothing like, if your div got filled, it actually, and it is getting the content of the div getting out of the display, it actually gives the scroll. So yeah, like this. So yeah, that's pretty simple. What is AccioJob? So basically, AccioJob is a really amazing startup. Like, we have amazing people out there. If you are actually looking to start your career in software engineering or in tech role, so that's a really great place. Like, we have people from so many different like real world experience people who are actually teaching out there. So if you want to set up your career and if you want to get growth, so I think AccioJob is a really good place. You can check out more on the website. You can get the understanding more about it. People are really amazing, like, very helpful out there. So there are a whole lot of great placements out there. So yeah, I'm not getting too much into it, but yeah, you can check that out. It will help you understand. Yeah, AccioJob, it is a responsive. Okay, so as of now, in this particular application, we are not talking about responsiveness, because due to the time constraint, we kind of not going into the queries and stuff like that. But yeah, it kind of give you the basics, like basic understanding of HTML CSS. But if you want to make it more advanced, like, you can learn about the responsiveness, media queries. So it kind of give you more understanding of HTML and CSS. It kind of, after this, you can try responsiveness as well. Okay. Okay. It's already 5:12. I think most of the people kind of set up their GitHub and have a water break so that they can refresh the mind. Okay. Can we continue? Please give me the confirmation so that we can go ahead by putting this on internet and sharing the links with people who we admire. Can we go? Let's upload this project. That's good. Okay, cool. That's great. Let's go ahead and yeah, you can add this in your resume as well. Yeah, like, if you're very new and if you're actually looking for new openings and fresher role, then definitely a hosted website is really appreciated. Like, if you have a project on your PC, that's okay. But if your project is live on internet and kind of having some impact out there, people are using that have a really good, you can say, positioning when you're actually giving your interviews, right? So whenever you are actually building this project, like this project or any other project, uh, always put your project on GitHub or any place where it is live, like it is on internet, not just on your PC. Okay, so always try to put this on hosting or stuff like that, so that people or the interviewer can see your project on live. Okay. um Moving ahead, our project is ready. Where is my project? So our project is ready. Nothing more than this to be shared. So our project is ready, and now what we have to do is, so this is my GitHub, and on the left hand side, you can see a thing that is known as new. So what exactly GitHub is, let me share it with you. If you're very new, um, let me share with you, like, what exactly GitHub is. So GitHub is a centralized kind of, you can say, online Git repository or management, or you can say GitHub is basically giving you uh, helping your code to be on internet, so that other people or other teammates can also contribute, right? So GitHub is a place where mostly companies are working, having the central codes, or you can say code, and the employees are working on those code. So basically, the code that is present in my machine is now present on internet, so that you can also see that. So GitHub is providing that service. So GitHub provides that service that helps your code to host online. Okay. And other could see, other could also help you. Okay. So GitHub is that place. And what is repository? So every project in GitHub is known as a repository. So you can say project or repository goes hand in hand. Okay. So I would like to give this a project a name to be Zomato. Zomato clone. Okay. So I'm going to give the name to be Zomato clone. Do not want to give any description. What else I need? Like public, the same. Okay. Do not do anything. Just give the name to be whatever name that you want to give, and it is giving the tick sign. That means it is available for you. Just create it. Okay. All right, please. Okay, cool. So in this particular project, we just have two files, that is index.html and style.css. Okay, so we just have to upload these two files. I'm not going deep dive into like how exactly Git and GitHub use, like how we are actually working on that. There are whole lot of tons of tutorials out there on YouTube and out there. So please check that out if you're not aware of Git and GitHub. And I'm just sharing with you like the basic, like how you can upload your files. Okay, so here you can see like there is an option called upload a file. Okay, upload an existing file. Just click on there, and just click on choose your file. So where is my file? I just have to go to the desktop, and inside that where is my file? There is a Zomato. Okay, so I can file two files, right? So just select these two files and open these files. Okay, so here it will got uploaded in a while. Okay, so as you can see, like my both the files are got uploaded. And to add this file, you have to put a message over here. I would like to add like first first project, for example. This is my first project. Okay, just commit changes, and this is how your repository will look like. Okay, so now your file is actually all your files are into GitHub, that is on internet. Okay, now you can go ahead, and now you can go ahead and see over here in the settings. Okay, you can go ahead in the settings, you can go ahead and go to the settings. So in the settings, you can see and you can find up on the left part, that is a pages option. Okay, and in the pages option, you have something called source. Okay, so in source, you just have to click on the main part. Okay, and just save this. It's that simple. That simple. So now your website got hosted. Maybe in 2-3 minutes it will be live. Okay, if I click on this particular link, it will get working on that. But it is now giving 404. It takes time, 2 to 3 minutes to host your website. Okay, so if I come again after 2-3 minutes, it will be hosted, and I will share that link with you in the chat below, so that you can also see. But in phone and other application, it might not look good, but when you open it in a full screen, it will look amazing. Okay, it will look exactly the same like this is looking in my PC. Okay, so just follow along this particular course, and you will be able to implement the same Zomato application that we have built over here. Okay, so this is pretty much about this particular part. So maybe it should be available. Yes, now you can see like it is working fine. And if I share this link with you, if I share this with a link with you, and you can find that as well in your particular machine. Okay, if you click and if you open this in a big screen, it will look exactly same. But yeah, for small screen, it might not look that great. But yeah, that's pretty much about the hosting part as well. So I think the whole cloning of the Zomato application is clear to you, like how we can make it and how exactly these things are working. So yeah, that's pretty much about this particular session. And if you have any doubts, let's have a look into your doubts, like what are the things that we can have a look into. Now let's go. Okay. Okay. Also, if you are very new to the channel, and if this is your first video, then feel free to subscribe to the channel and check out the links that helps you get connected with the community. Okay. This will help you get in touch with more people out there. What is the use of JavaScript? Okay, so what is the use of JavaScript? So let's discuss that. So JavaScript basically adds the functionality part. Okay, so for example, if your for example, if your website kind of have a form, the contact form, okay, then you can click on contact form and that form got submitted. So this could be done with the help of JavaScript. Okay, so there are multiple applications of JavaScript. For example, if you want to create a website that can calculate thing, okay, so that you can do with the help of this particular part called JavaScript. And JavaScript is really really important, and if you want any course and a very quick bootcamp on that, then please let me know, like we can have thing like that. And also please submit your project in the form below, and uh, please put it by tomorrow and I will share if any updates come. We'll be providing you the certificate, and your project will get ready and you can share that in your resume and other places as well. Okay. Okay, so why didn't we use Bootstrap? So Bootstrap is a kind of a easy way to write CSS, right? But if you're very new, and then the concept of CSS are really really important, because people, if they do not clear with the properties of CSS and they directly jump to the Bootstrap, they might get confusion, and they do not get the exact implementation, right? So with CSS we got the more flexibility. Okay, and you might not do everything that you should be wanting in your Zomato application, right? So with Bootstrap we are kind of constrained to a limited amount of CSS. Okay, but for this particular application we definitely be needing CSS to make some complex UI design. So I think that kind of that answered your question. Please have a JavaScript bootcamp. Definitely we will be having okay, so we are getting a lot of requests, like please provide a JavaScript bootcamp. Okay, surely we'll be having something like that. And please stay tuned with the channel, like maybe in future we are coming up with a JavaScript bootcamp. So yeah, definitely stay in touch, and subscribe to the channel and also hit that like button, because in any time if we are coming up with a new video or any session stuff like that, you get notified. So that is really really important. Okay, how to commit changes, so that's really kind of a part of Git. So uh, can't explain in detail right now. But yeah, you can check out like some other link. So basically how to commit, like exactly, if you want to make some changes in your Git repo, you kind of always committing. Okay, so that's very you just have to write git commit -m, and in double quotes, so you just have to write the message, and this is how you can implement git commit. Okay. Okay, surely we will be having a really good bootcamp for you guys in a short while. Okay. um, Stay tuned. And okay, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This will help you getting notification to further bootcamps and any project building stuff. And and feel free to add this project if it is live in your resume as well. It will kind of give the interviewer a better understanding, like you are actually knowing the stuff. To apply for the certificate, you just have to fill the form below that you have taken the this webinar, and share the project, like what you have built. I think this video might be available for a couple of hours. So yeah. maybe tomorrow as well. So yeah, you can create. And don't feel and don't get confused, like there is a Netflix clone. We just are talking about Zomato clone. Feel free to talk about that particular section. So don't just ignore the Netflix clone. We are just talking about Zomato. That's great. You subscribed. Okay, and if you are actually looking for this particular, mm, in the description below, you can find the link for the, you can say, in the description below you can find this course code source GitHub repo, and inside that you can find a link.txt file. Okay, so you can use those links from there. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for joining. How to commit changes on Git. Okay, so let me show you that part as well. So if you are good with Git and if you know the basics of Git, then for example, if you made some changes over here, like I'm adding a heading, maybe for example, I'm adding something called code over here, testing. Okay, so you can uh, in the VS code you can find something. Okay, this is not a Git repo, so I cannot do any change. But yeah, you can do similar thing like that. Like for example, if I initiate this, let me quickly show you. Okay, so what exactly Git commit is, and if you're very new, let me know in the chat below, like how many of you are very new to Git and GitHub, or if you know, then say K or no, and if you are new, then you say NEW, new. Okay. No, no, there is no HTML and CSS extension installed. This is pure VS Code. Just any extension that is installed is this. You can say, if you're that is the live server. Okay, if you're very new, then we can also schedule. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Um, uh, Actually, our audience is from all over India, pan India, so that's why I'm talking in English. If you have any doubt, then please ask in Hindi. I would like to answer this in Hindi as well, if you want, if you have any question. Okay. um, so for one who asked me like how to commit, like for first you have to write git add dot, so but it is not working for this particular repository. And to commit, git commit -m, and in double quotes you have to write whatever message you want to give, the first commit, for example. Not getting so much in detail like how exactly you want to give, because people are very new to this particular application. But yeah, but I think you are able to understand like how exactly you can work on Git. Like you just have to create a new repository, and inside that new repository you just have to upload the files. Okay. Okay, thank you. I hope that answered your question. Available in Telugu, sir. Not sure. Like I just know two languages. Like one is English and one is Hindi. So yeah, I'm comfortable in these two languages. Which link do we need to upload in Drive link, or our project link? Okay. Like I have showed you like how to upload or make your website live. So you can share how the link of your live website, like I can share with you, like over here, this is my live website. So just share this particular link if your website is live. And I think well, like, making live is very easy. I think you can scroll back to this video and you can again make a look. Rummy app clone, we can see like can we do that? We can plan it. Yeah, we can plan it for future. We have to upload Netflix clone or Zomato clone. So there might be some confusion. Like there might be some typing error. Like they write it Netflix clone. So you have to just upload the Zomato clone. We have discussed that in this particular video. So don't get confused. You just have to upload your Zomato clone project. And I have shared with you like how you can host your clone as well. So I think that's good. Okay, just ignore it. Like if it is asking for Netflix clone, just ignore it. Try to fill the Zomato clone. So replace the Netflix clone just with Zomato clone. That's okay. Okay, thank you so much for joining. It was lovely having you guys. What is the deadline to upload? Let me quickly have a look into like what is the deadline. I will tell you in a while. Okay. Any other doubts, guys? Till then. And surely it will be open by tomorrow, so don't feel like very quick, and take your time to exactly see like how the things I have added. And if you are stuck in anywhere, like if some of the things are very new, then please feel free to be curious enough to search on Google like what exactly it is, and go there and learn about that part. Okay. So if this session is kind of give you the basic understanding like how you can clone it, and if some of the things are very new, then feel free to go on Google and check out. Okay. Okay, so thank you. I hope this is really helpful for you to get hands on. Okay. Yeah, I will ask the team. I will ask the team. Okay. Yeah, surely I will ask the team to have some course on Java as well. What is the deadline to upload? Yeah, you can take the deadline to be maybe tomorrow evening. So yeah, but yeah, it is great when you're actually building stuff to make it very fast, right? Because with time actually you started missing out thing. You kind of losing out some memory that what we have done today. You kind of losing that. Deadline to submit is tomorrow evening, and yeah. And yeah guys, if you are stuck in anywhere, and if you need my help, if you want to ask me some queries, then feel free to reach out to me anytime on my social handles. I have shared with you in the starting and in between. So feel free to reach out. And if you are very new to the AccioJobs, then go and check out the AccioJob website. We have some really amazing course and helps you get placed in really good companies. So if you are very new, then go and check out. It is really helpful for you. And now let's get back to the queries. Like what are some of the things that we are getting? How to make it looks same from mobile browser? Okay. Okay. So due to the time constraint, so we just focus more into to make it more feeling good in the good browser on a computer PC browser. But if you want to make it um, in a in a particular screen format, maybe for tablet, for mobile, then you kind of need the understanding of media queries. So there is a concept of media queries in CSS. So there you can get it understand like how exactly it is working. Your search is so big. So okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm a front end engineer in mostly in web. So I'm not having any kind of application in Play Store. So yeah, where we have to upload our project. So you have to upload your project on GitHub and make it live through GitHub pages. Okay, big fan. Okay, that's great. How many time to learn? How much time to learn React? That totally depends. So please speak my name, Prince. Okay, hi Prince. How many times to learn? Okay, cool. Any further doubts, guys? If you are stucking anywhere, any doubts regarding to maybe front end engineering, like what are the things that you might require? Like you can ask, right? Okay, thank you, guys. Any doubts regarding to this particular stuff, like interview questions, like stuff like that? Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you for kind words. Really appreciate it. Like, really like your support, and I hope you are learning along, and definitely. So, Miss is quite hiring. So yeah, you can go and check out on the website. So, thank you. Okay, where we have to upload project. So you have to upload your project on GitHub. So you just have to go to the GitHub. Okay. So I'm just quickly sharing that with you. Just go to GitHub. Uh, Go to this new, right? Just go to new. Give it a name like called testing, and create the repository. Very quickly showing you that. Okay. And after this, you just have to upload a new file, and here select the file which you want to upload. Like here I want to upload this file. It will get uploaded, and you just have to give it this commit a name, whatever name, like first, second, like added files. It's just a message. This is how you are going to upload it. Okay. And after that, you just have to go to the settings, and here there is uh, section called pages, and inside this pages you just have to go to this particular source drop down, click on the main and save this. And after 2-3 minutes it is live, like live on this particular link. Currently it is not live because it takes time to get live, and after few minutes if I click, it will be live. I hope this will help you upload the project. How much time to learn React? You can learn it in maybe 1 month, very basic level, but with experience you kind of learn it more. Okay, so I hope that answer your question. So may I run this on the Sublime Text? Yeah, you can run this. I'm not pretty sure like how exactly Sublime Text. Like I code on VS Code, but yeah, you can try it. You can try it. Yeah, your URL is not going to work. Your URL is not going to work. Yeah, but it is working after 2-3 minutes. Yeah, previously it was not working for me, but yeah, after 2-3 minutes it will work for you. Where is other question? Mm, how much time? Which link we have to submit, GitHub project or hosted link? So this is the question, like which link we have to submit. So that is hosted link. Okay, that is a hosted link. And I think I have answered this question, like how much time to do this. So I'm from Delhi. How to do a super chat? Not sure. Please don't do that. I will answer the question. Please ask me if you have any. Where is the other question? Like I'm missing out some question. Like some of the people like repeating. Please don't repeat. Like I'm missing some question. It's working now. Okay, yeah, it is working. Like initially it might not work, but after some time it will work. Okay. How to learn GitHub? Okay, so there are a whole lot of courses, very quick courses on YouTube. You can go and check out like Git and GitHub courses. So yeah, you can learn it from there. But yeah, if you want a Git and GitHub a special session, then please let me know. I will ask for that as well. First thing that I'm looking for is a JavaScript course, or you can JavaScript bootcamp. then we can work if you want to have a GitHub session as well. How we can find how we can add other file in the repo? Yeah, will we see that? Uh, um, Okay, so in 5 minutes, we are about to close this session. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask very quickly. We have 5 minutes to answer all your questions. So may I know? YouTube give answer. Okay, so what's the question? First time any YouTuber give an answer on my question. Thank you, sir. I'm very happy. Oh, that's a pleasure. That's a pleasure, actually, Prince. It was lovely having you. Um, it was lovely having you, boss. But you are actually putting a lot of comments actually, so yeah, that's okay, no worries. But yeah, try to have some less comment, that's okay. If you have any question, please do ask. From where we can learn coding, any preferred channel for better practice. So there are a whole lot of so from where can I learn coding, any preferred channel for better practice? So you can check out our channel like AccioJobs, and there are a whole lot of channels like out there on YouTube and other places as well. So just play around, just be curious to move around and have lot of curiosity. Like you can find some different good places as well. Okay, so the question is why this type of website is so expensive for GPS tracking software or multiple login. Expensive. I think you are asking me like why these websites are really expensive, like Zomato, because they are very huge website. Like so many people are using it, and their development is really kind of expensive. So yeah, which link to submit? So the link where you hosted on GitHub, just put that particular link. I hope that answered your question. How to get the certificate? You just have to put your you just have to put your uh, like you just have to fill the form. Okay. What are the question like your CTC in AccioJob? Yeah, that's pretty irrelevant, please don't ask. Is this session YouTube is available further? Not sure. uh, Not sure, like is this session is going to be visible on this or not. So for DSA is really important, and yeah, DSA is really important when you're actually looking for great jobs in tech, in software engineering. It is really important. So if you're very new and if you want some guided course, then AccioJob is a really good place. Can I make project in IntelliJ? I don't think it will work in IntelliJ. Where to get certificate? You can find a link in the below in the description of in the below, like not this particular question. Which way is the way to get the link? Okay, so where to get the certificate? You just have to fill the form in the description below, and after that you will get the certificate. Okay, so don't get confused in between Netflix clone and Zomato clone. You just have to put the Zomato clone only. Okay, that's good. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and hit that like button. Sorry, hit that bell button so that you can get notified. In future, we are actually planning. So we are actually planning for we can have some JavaScript bootcamp as well, so that it could help you in JavaScript as well. Yeah. Um, okay. I do not know coding. I joined this course. Yeah, it's a really great start. Like you can start this with, or if you're very new to the coding, like if you want to start your career, then AccioJob is a really great place. You can check it out. This session will be available in YouTube. Not pretty sure. Please try to complete it very soon. Thank you for this session. Thank you for being there and staying with us. Like it's a really pleasure having you. And yeah, I think we are about to end this session very quickly. So if you have any last doubts, like please do ask very quickly. We will be completing this call. No, I'm not pretty sure. Like we can do this on IntelliJ or not. Not pretty sure. Uh, the hosted link will be shared in the in the below. I'm from MBA background. Please suggest me course. So if you're from MBA background, if you want to learn about software engineering, then I feel like we have a boot camp like which covers like a DSA and all the software engineering stuff. So yeah, if you're very new to the software engineering and if you're looking for some great course, like you can go and check out the AccioJob website. It's a really good place to get to know like how you can get start your career like a placement we are actually taking for that as well. So AccioJob is taking care for that as well, so you can check that out. Okay. Okay, thank you, Prince. It was lovely having everyone with this particular session. I hope you learn a lot. Please give me a demo adding another kind of okay, so I think it might takes time like we can see that in later, or you can search it on Google. Like it might take time like to add something on this. So I would suggest like try to find this on Google. It will you can get that. If you are stuck in there, please reach out to me anytime. I will love to answer that corresponding. So yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, and I hope you stay in touch for other projects as well. So how to get image from other section of Zomato app? Okay, so that's an interesting question. How to get the images? How to get the images of any other section in the Zomato app? That's a really interesting question. And if you are still there, let me go to the Zomato. Like how to pick the images, right? It's very easy. Like we have seen all of these images. Like for example, if you want to take this image, okay, so this is an image, okay, so you just have to right click over here, okay, then this particular kind of thing will open, okay, and you can see over here there is a link kind of thing. Yeah, you can see over here like there is an img tag, okay, inside this img tag you can see over here this particular link. Just click on this, you get this particular link. Just copy this and use whenever you want. That's a really interesting question. That's really interesting to know, like how you can get the images, like how I get these images. Okay, so I saw some question I got missed, so please repeat again if you have any question. So which computer language is good for making tool website? What tool website? Can you please explain it a bit? What mean Netflix clone? So Netflix clone, do not just forgot about it. Just focus on Zomato clone. We have completed that particular in this particular video. Okay, though just ignore like Zomato clone is there. Sorry, just ignore Netflix clone is there. So what exactly a tool website you are talking about, Prince? A new website which show the result as per customer GPS location, like how to buy experience. Yeah, well, I think we have to buy these kind of things as well. Which language is best for DSA? All the languages are best for DSA, so pick any and go with any. Okay. Okay, so the link which okay, so the link which is activated on. Okay, so share the link that is hosted. Yeah, the link for your Zomato clone. So the link from my Zomato clone I would share. Okay, so I think there it is. This is the original one that I'm referring to. So you can get it from there. It is not that responsive, but you can have a look like how we created it. Uh, it's a tool website like video downloader of YouTube. Okay, so you can try. I would say try searching on Google like how you can do that. I'm not pretty sure like how to do that. I haven't worked on these kind of project, but yeah, I will love to know about it. A new website which showed a new website which show the result as per the customer GPS, like Ola, when we have a expensive software to start. If we show demo to others, you can say like yeah, you can say yeah. Okay, so Okay, that's pretty much it about for this session, I would say. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Last calls, like, if you're very new to the channel, then please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. We kind of having JavaScript bootcamp as well, maybe something like that, so you can be stay updated. Also, after completing this particular course and after completing this particular project, uh, put that project in the GitHub and host that project. That is very easy. If you scroll back in this particular video, you are going to see like how you can do that. Okay, so host your website, and this will help you show in your interviews in your resume. So you can add that particular project in your resume as well, and using that link, fill the form below. And don't get confused, like it was like written Netflix clone. Only just focus on Zomato clone. Just put the link over there, and yeah, it's good to go. Don't get confused between Netflix and um, Zomato. Just put the Zomato clone, and that's it. And after that, you will be getting the certificate for this session, and yeah, that you can get used in. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. It was lovely having you. And yeah, that's pretty much about this session. We'll be scheduling other session and other projects as well. So thank you so much for having this session. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.